But what do I always say on Triple D? Slow down and take a look around. What's going on inside and the food they're making, that's the real deal. You gotta check it out. This is Dick's Northwest Sausage and Deli.
Have a Grand Mound Trio ready?
This place is pretty unique.
Jalapeno summer.
Thank you.
The meat is what we come here for.
Either bring your meat to get cured and fixed up or to come have a great sandwich.
From the menu that I saw, you scratch make just about everything.
We make all the meat here, except for our turkey.
You always know you're getting a fresh head of meat on your sandwich.
We come in for the beer and stay for the food.
Hot pastrami ready to go out?
The hot pastrami on rye is another one of our favorites.
You know that it's going to be good pastrami. You see it's nice and red and smoky.
All right, so we are gonna do our pastrami
All right, so corned beef cure.
and pink curing salt. This is top round.
After he gets the 8 injections,
Goes into the tumbler.
okay, 5 hours, bring them out, and then dry rub them.
Yes. So we got coriander, garlic powder, paprika, brown sugar,
Cracked black pepper.
Yes.
Pound the rub into it.
right into the smoker. 6 hours, 140 degrees to 175 degrees.
It's raining pastrami in Flavortown. So thin, it only has one side. This has got a good amount of smoke, a good amount of coriander, and the brown sugar, nice little kiss.
Put down our buttered rye bread, provolone cheese, and our Swiss cheese, mayonnaise, and mustard. And then the meat goes on the bread, and we'll top it with sauerkraut. Here is our pastrami.
Beautiful.
Some mayonnaise and mustard.
This is genius. That is marketing right there. How many people come and have the sandwich and they go, you sell these?
Quite a few.
I want to try them all. But let me just finish this up. Toast on the bread is money. The slice on the pastrami is a perfect to where there's texture, but not so thin that it's just falling apart.
Not judging.
Provolone Swiss combo, great. And the right amount of sauerkraut. You do everything right, excellent sandwich. Well done. Now go find the sausages.
Pastramis are coming off.
It's really bold, a little bit juicy too.
Nobody does it quite like Julie does.
The little addition of the couple pieces of pepperoni to remind you of what this place is really about is awesome.
What do we have?
All right, this is our Polish sausage. And next is the jalapeno summer sausage. That's one of my favorite ones.
That's dynamite.
Teriyaki.
What you expect of pepperoni with a little sweetness to it?
Triple hot.
That's got a little bite.
And next is the garlic.
It's not the date night sausage.
Definitely not.
The Hawaiian-style pork loin.
It's definitely a destination place that people seek out.
This is amazing what you guys are doing. Congrats to you. Pulling up the bootstraps and getting after it and look at the empire that you guys have built. It's been fantastic. Thanks for coming to Dick's Northwest Sausage and Deli. Bye-bye. So what the show's called is Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, but what it really is, it's just a trip to Flavortown. We're looking for real food by real people all across the country and now all around the world. So here we are in Minneapolis, Minnesota. To check out the one and the only that I've ever heard of, this is the Herbivorous Butcher.
Sliced meats everywhere.
I need some jerky.
But of course, it's all plant-based.
This is the only vegan butcher shop I've ever been to, but I feel like they're changing the world.
But for siblings Aubrey and Kale Walsh, it all started with very personal changes back in their teens.
For me, it was for ethical reasons.
Ethical reasons?
Yeah, for me, it was for health.
Health reasons.
My nickname was Butterball.
So they started making meat-free meats and cheese-free cheeses, first selling at local farmers markets in 2014, and then less than 2 years later at their own takeout joint.
They want people who eat meat to say, this looks like what I'm used to eating, and I can still eat it and enjoy it.
Turkey to Havarti! The turkey sandwich tastes amazing.
So what are we gonna make first?
This will be the vegan turkey. We'll start with a Vital Wheat gluten. It's a 95% protein flour. This is nutritional yeast flakes, some onion powder.
And these are recipes that you just developed?
Yes. We've got sea salt, and this is some thyme.
It's some time. When is it gonna get the turkey flavor?
A lot of it comes from house-made chicken broth powder. We take nutritional yeast, thyme, sage, turmeric, salt, mix it with water. Just like Mom used to make. Instant flavor. We've got some olive oil so it doesn't turn out like a sponge. Soy sauce for a little bit more depth. We're gonna pour the liquid in there. This is the turkey. We will wrap it in its cheesecloth home here.
What do we do with that?
This goes into boiling water for about an hour and a half.
Cooks it all the way through.
Bake it for another 10 minutes.
Dries it out a little bit.
Now we add some soy sauce and olive oil on top of it to
give it a little texture.
Yeah.
Give it a little color to the outside.
Yep.
And then you go and slice it from there.
Slicer ready.
So this is your deli meat right here.
That's the deli turkey.
It's got texture. It's moist, and it's not rubber, and it's not a sponge.
Yep.
I'm impressed. I'm tripping.
All right, well, let's do the
All right,
cheese.
what are we
then.
making now?
dill Havarti. We start with a coconut oil base. Soy milk, lemon juice, and white wine vinegar helps to emulsify it. Put that in the blender.
Next up,
we got tapioca flour, kappa carrageenan, so it's a seaweed.
I was just...
Helps solidify the cheese. Nutritional yeast flakes, sea salt, and that's the white miso.
That's basically the flavor foundation?
Pretty much.
Onto the stove.
It's fresh dill.
Heat it up.
Heat it up.
Thicken it up.
It cools in the fridge overnight, and then it solidifies into a solid block.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay, make it a sandwich.
All right, yeah.
Let's do it.
We've got our garlic mayo. Got Dijon mustard. We'll throw some turkey on there. All right, the dill Havarti, best part. Throw some lettuce on here. Tomatoes. And the onion. All right.
Jump in. I'd eat it all day long. Fresh veggies, a good amount of moisturizer with the vegan mayo. We're eating on a fantastic roll.
Yeah.
You definitely get the creaminess of the cheese. You get that chew, you get that texture, that meaty texture coming through from the turkey. Fantastic.
We got a line out here.
It's so good.
The dill Havarti is off the hook.
The turkey is flavored really well.
The texture, the feel, everything about it is just like meat.
How do you get different textures in different meats?
It's different ratios, and we use different bean flours to create different textures.
This is like groundbreaking stuff here, bud.
Yeah, well, we're trying.
And wait till you see the texture he's mixing up for the 3 meats on this monster.
Italian cold cut is amazing.
Just packed with so many good things.
This is one of my pride and joys.
So you're saying the turkey was dynamite, but the pastrami is legit?
It's my favorite. Tomato juice, liquid smoke, got some water. Next up, soy sauce, plenty of olive oil. Pastrami is a nice, juicy meat. Tomato paste.
Lots of garlic. The white miso
paste, yep. Next, dry ingredients. Vital wheat gluten, nutritional yeast flakes, red beet powder.
Okay.
Gives the nice color, little sweetness. This is agar. Another seaweed like carrageenan.
Agar?
Agar. Yeah.
They just couldn't use one agar?
No, it's so good they had to name it twice. Ground mustard. We've got basil and oregano. It's smoked paprika, sea salt, onion powder, and the fennel and peppercorns.
Mix all this together.
Wow. Okay.
Right in.
Right in.
Looks like ground beef. Crazy. Throw it on here. This will all go into the steamer?
Yep.
How long is it gonna steam for?
Steams for an hour.
Bakes for the other half hour, then you let it cool, bring it out, and you'll slice from there.
Yep. All right. Got that same garlic mayo that we put on the turkey. Oregano, salt, and pepper here.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So we got that pastrami, capicola, salty ham, and we got the pepperoni in there too. And this is our mozzarella cheese, lettuce.
Got some onions.
Red onion, cherry peppers, oil and vinegar. Let's see if I can get this one shut.
You own this. You own this. No way. I'm picking up the notes of the smoke. I'm picking up the notes of the pepper. There's a good fat amount. You know, it's not dry. You're the Columbus of this, man. You guys are gonna dig it, trust me.
Delicious.
I, of course, drag one of my buddies in on this, my buddy Craig Scanlon.
I could not believe the texture followed up with the flavor. It tastes like a cold cut Italian.
It's a little bit of sweet and spicy.
But they're definitely onto something.
I came in with my own level of skepticism, but I would not be steering you wrong telling you to come in here and try this. It's fantastic. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Back in 2017, I was in Orlando, Florida, tracking down a food truck that was delivering New York-style deli meats to the masses. These days, he's a lot easier to find since he's stationed in just one spot, but he's still rolling out deli favorites to his fans. This is the Pastrami Project.
Hey, man, let's try the Reuben.
The quality of food that comes out of this one food truck is amazing. You would think you're at a New York deli.
Pastrami on rye.
He's taken some classics, turned them into some unique menu items.
You got Reuben egg rolls.
Ever since Triple D, it's just been getting more popular.
That was bound to happen once rumors started flying about George Marquardt's passion for making meat the old school way. How'd you learn to make pastrami?
I went back and looked up old recipes, old ways and techniques of doing it. Everything that I'm doing here is the way they did it 100 years ago.
He uses fresh ingredients every day. I have never been disappointed.
We did Triple D in a black truck in this parking lot. We hung out. and we talk pastrami.
Right. We're going to make a brine for an approachable sized piece of pastrami.
Approachable.
Yeah. Start with pink salt, allspice, coriander, whole cloves, whole black peppercorn, nutmeg, mustard seed, bay leaves, red pepper flake, ginger, cinnamon, a little bit of sugar, kosher salt, garlic cloves.
Are we gonna let this simmer?
We let it simmer and melt.
Okay.
We're gonna ice it.
Ice it so we don't poach our meat.
Exactly.
Got it. How long will the flat sit in here?
A week.
Really?
Let's see what we got.
All right, beautiful brisket. Then it gets a dry rub of black pepper and
coriander.
Got it. What are we smoking it with?
Hickory.
What temp are we gonna run at?
About 2 1/4. About 5, 6 hours.
Yeah. I'm such a pastrami junkie. My mouth just, you can hear the sirens going off. What are we serving it on?
Rye bread with spicy mustard.
That's a normal portion?
Yeah. Give it a try.
It's tender. You're not confusing it with a lot of other stuff. Every bite you get is just creamy, delicious. I mean, like, that level pastrami. Excellent job.
Thank you.
Excellent job.
Pastrami sandwich?
I was warned to expect a 300 to 500% increase after it aired. It was 950. That's awesome.
His pastrami is the best in town. He can prepare it any way, and it's fabulous.
Take the ingredients of a Reuben to turn it into a taco or egg roll.
Who would have thought that pastrami and sauerkraut is fabulous in an egg roll, but the way George does it, it's wonderful.
What did you bring me?
Reuben rolls. We take some egg roll wrappers, spicy mustard, Russian dressing. We'll put a piece of Swiss cheese in here, and then sauerkraut, pastrami. Dice it in little bits. Egg roll wrappers have to be sealed. I'll use the sauerkraut juice because it's got more flavor than water. So roll them up tight, and then we go to the fryer. About 7 minutes. Everything that's in a Reuben in a fried egg roll with real Russian dressing for dipping sauce.
It's real Russian dressing?
We start with the premium mayonnaise, and then we add the caviar.
Seriously?
That's what little red dots are. Add Worcestershire sauce, ketchup, generous portion of horseradish, onion powder, and then it's mixed.
Egg roll's delicious. It's got great tang, great crunch. But the fact that you put the caviar in it to make it real Russian dressing.
It's gotta be real. 2 Reuben rolls.
Super crunchy, and having the pastrami inside, it's like a sandwich, but in an egg roll. Just makes it taste even better.
Just a wonderful blend of flavors.
So here I am on the East Coast of Oahu, hence the Jeep. All right, so I'm about 35 minutes away from Waikiki, and I'm surrounded by boats. I'm on a pier. Why? Well, because I hear that there's a place that is doing some real deal Hawaiian food. I mean, we're talking off the hook. And that was pun intended. This is Heiaia, Kea Pier, General Store, and Deli.
2 Luau Stew, 15.
Fried veggie chef?
It's a little hidden gem.
Kind of a hole-in-the-wall place. Not a whole lot of Waikiki tourists are gonna find it.
Good local food, nice atmosphere right on the water. Can't beat it.
Mishiyaki beef.
Hawaiian-style comfort food with a twist.
Cooked up by an island native, locals call Gooch.
Oh, so where's the Gooch? Gooch, he's crazy.
That's Chef Mark Noguchi, whose passion for cooking led him to the Culinary Institute of America, and whose love for Oahu brought him back home.
All right, let's get back to work.
Now he's putting his own spin on classic Hawaiian dishes, like this plate lunch, delivering both salty and sweet.
I mean, Luau Stew for Andrew.
What are we making first?
All right, so first today we're gonna make luau stew.
Luau, like a muka, like that.
No. Luau leaf is taro leaf.
Taro,
Yeah.
like taro root?
Exactly. Right now we're gonna take this boneless pork shoulder.
Trimming off the fat?
Trimming out the fat and then dice it up for the luau stew.
So the pork's all cubed up.
Yep.
Now we're gonna hit it with
kosher salt.
And then we're gonna go to the rondo, brown it off?
Yep.
Okay, now what's next?
Pull the meat out now into a container. Now we add our onions. Add our salt, add just a...
Pull a little moisture out there, sweat these down.
Yes.
All right, now the onions have definitely caramelized.
Yep, we're gonna add a little bit of water to deglaze.
Okay, so now the leaf.
Yes, now the leaf.
The luau leaf from the taro plant.
Correct. Some people like it to spinach. I don't say that, but if there's a...
So this is the Hawaiian collard green.
Nice.
Are these bitter?
No, don't eat it. Because what it is that when it's raw, Colocasia esculenta, that's the name of the taro plant, has these like silica crystals in it that needs to be broken down with heat and moisture and time. So you pick that up and you eat it, and your throat's gonna get all itchy and close up, and then I'm gonna have to provide mouth-to-mouth, and you don't want that.
So now we go in with the pork, sits up on top of the itch your throat taro root leaf.
That's right.
This is gonna cook down. Now what's gonna happen?
Now we're gonna add a little bit more water and kind of let it braise down.
This is the stew?
That's it.
No carrots, no mirepoix, no...
KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
You think you'll fit in there?
Yeah! A little bit of shoyu.
The shoyu is the Japanese soy sauce, but it's the soy sauce that you use typically in Hawaiian food.
Yes.
All right, how long did this cook?
Slow and low is the way to go, so about 4 to 6 hours.
Dude, it looks like I'm in the wine country. I'm up at Sonoma County for a mud mask.
Where are you?
Not that I've ever had one of those. All right, so we're done.
Yep.
We got some rice?
Yep.
Okay.
Luau Stew, there you go.
Ooh, and I got the Hello Kitty chopsticks. Huh? That's what it is? Ha 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 ha. Oh. That's outstanding. Pork's super tender. It's very rich. There's a lot of mouthfeel to it. Creaminess of the luau. Dude, I would drive from the other side. I would drive from Honolulu for this.
Right on, right on.
Dynamite. Seriously? Outstanding.
Right on.
Oh.
I love this dish. He does a good job of cooking. It's very comfort food.
When I come to Atlanta, you know I gotta hook up with my buddy Chef G. Garvin. Cause it's this cat's hometown, and he knows the killer food scene around here.
Man, that baby's got some horsepower.
I can't believe you drove it that way, dude.
Dude, I told you, if you come to Atlanta, I'd bring it to the Real Deal Deli right here.
In all these new buildings, Real Deal Deli.
My man.
This is the General Muir.
Your room's table 4 up?
This is a great Jewish deli. Matzo ball soup.
Everything's made from scratch.
Got the pastrami sandwich.
It feels like New York. With the tile to the ceiling.
Bentwood chairs, patinaed brass, the whole bit, yeah.
It's got the groove.
Yep.
And that groove comes from New Jersey transplant Todd Ginsburg, who got some advice about opening this joint with his partners in 2012.
My grandparents owned a deli, and my dad said, you should think about opening a deli. You're having a kid.
That was it. So
that's it.
Why is General Muir?
My partner, Jennifer Johnson, her grandparents were Holocaust survivors and came over on a U.S. refugee ship called the General Muir.
Unbelievable story.
Isn't that great?
That's unbelievable.
Chef Todd honors that every day by keeping this place real deal.
They do some creative stuff, but they're still nailing the things that are really touchstones about Jewish delis.
Number one thing on the menu.
Love the hash.
Smoked hash to the window.
So tasty, it's so tender, it's amazing.
Chef, what are we into?
Pastrami.
Oh, I am bodied by pastrami.
Love pastrami.
How we doing it, Chef?
All right, we're making the brine, water, salt, sugar.
Okay.
Definitely pink salt. Garlic, cloves, peppercorns, coriander seed, crushed red chili flakes, bay leaf.
What is this thing, the Injector 9000?
It is.
Have you had your flu shot?
Yes, sir.
Lucky.
Thank you for your concern.
Ah, I'm here.
We're gonna put that in there like that. Taking half of the brisket here.
Let me see you work your wicked needle.
So like this. There we go.
Now we're gonna pour the rest over it.
Yep.
And it's gonna go 10 days.
Yeah.
After the 10 days, bring it out, and then we're gonna hit it with the dry rub?
Yep. In coriander and peppercorns.
And go to the smoker.
Smoked for about 8 hours. Slow as we can go.
No one slow to the dough.
And then we steam it for about 6 hours. That looks good to me.
All right, now we're gonna make the hash.
Throw in some schmaltz.
Just straight up chicken fat.
Potatoes. Now we're adding our diced pastrami. Salting the potatoes. A little fresh pepper.
Nice golden brown.
Peppers. Caramelized onions. A little cabbage. Now we're gonna mix it up.
That's happy hash right there, dude.
A couple eggs in there. Some parsley. All right. Our smoked hash.
Dude, the pastrami, it's the extra bark on the outside, that smoke. The added piece of the cabbage is totally key. Caramelized onion's really nice. Love the red bell pepper. You need that color in there.
Nice and tender. It's unbelievable.
With a name like Guy Fieri, you know I love Italian food. If you find yourself in Baltimore and you're looking for some good Italian, check out this. Di Pasquale's, making their own pasta, doing their own mozzarella, casing their own sausage, and doing it old school in the back of a market.
Is that gonna be for here to go?
Can I have a honey with ham?
Make it to be number 14.
Why get into the restaurant side of things?
Started with, he make me a sandwich. So then we brought a table out into the store.
There you go.
And I had more tables and more tables, and then led into this.
A full menu
Do you want that heated or cold?
of homemade Italian.
I'm having the lasagna. The spices, the sauce, absolutely delicious.
The arancini. I've never had it like this before.
It's always good.
The kind of cooking
That's good.
Joe DiPasquale and his wife Sabrina grew up with.
I use what my mother and my parents have taught me, what my husband and I learned, and put it all together.
The food is amazing. Very authentic.
More like old school. When I walked in, I could smell it. From the fresh mozzarella to the sausage.
It's all homemade.
I feel like I'm at...
In Italy.
Yeah.
Or down in Sicily for this one.
The arancini, it's delicious. It's all melted together, amazing in the center.
Are we gonna fry these or bake them?
We are going to fry them.
My favorite word.
Fry.
No. Let's begin this.
This is actually beef stock.
Half gallon. And we make that here?
Yes, we do. Gonna wait for that to boil.
We're using the arborio rice, which is a nice, big, thick, short grain rice.
Great to work with when you're making some kind of rice ball. It's easy to mold. I'm gonna give this a quick stir.
Just let this simmer.
That's
We're
right.
gonna add in our ingredients.
I'm gonna add in a little bit of sea salt.
Okay. A little white pepper.
So white pepper, a teaspoon of butter.
All right.
When it's halfway cooked,
We throw in the saffron. Look at that.
it's beautiful.
The saffron can't last that long.
That's right.
You kind of put it in there, let it bloom, and boom. Let it bloom, and then boom. We let that finish cooking, and then what's gonna happen?
Let it cool down for about 20 minutes.
All right. Now, are we doing this traditional style?
Yes.
I'm learning it the right way?
Yes. Grab some rice there, make a little ball.
Little.
Now we're going to press down on it, make like a little well in there.
My well of friendship.
Sure. We're gonna grab a little bit of this ground meat mixture that we made earlier.
Beef and pork with marinara and veggies.
Little mozzarella. Now we kind of bring the top over so we kind of get,
Right.
so that gets buried in the center.
Then you're gonna dip it in your little flour and water.
Then into the breadcrumbs.
That's right.
Just putting a crust on them.
Yes.
350-degree oil.
Yes.
Okay. And then we'll serve them with a little bit of this. More marinara or
sauce.
tomato sauce. Just till they're nice and golden brown. Which one you like?
I think that one's perfect.
Okay. Look at that.
Pretty.
The melted mozzarella. It's beautiful.
Pour a little sauce over it.
If I was taught how to make those at home, I never would have left home. The rice has got a nice little firm center to it, but a nice creaminess on the outside. That is just fantastic. I love the peas in there, too. That's about it right there. Winner, winner, rice ball dinner.
First things that hits me is the crispiness of the outer crust.
The meat and the rice and the mozzarella all blend together. It's really good.
One meat lasagna.
The best home-cooked Italian meal you'll ever have.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 12.
In the world of Baltimore Italians, is this one of the best?
This is the best.
I would recommend it to everybody.
It has an authentic Italian feel.
Look at the portions. They give you the portions on how big you are.
Look up.
Yeah. Is that what you do? You scale in, and then they serve you?
Right, yeah.
If I don't come back here just for the mozzarella and the pasta and the sausage and the whole thing, just to hang out with these cats.
So on Triple D, I've been there, I've done that, I've met them, I've heard their story, and I've tasted just about every type of menu that there is. Well, I'm here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and that might get broken today. This is a story about an immigrant family like I've never heard before. They're doing a menu that I don't think I've quite seen before. This one's unique. This is Coda Bakery, Vietnamese deli, and tofu house.
One shrimp and pork sausage banh mi.
In Albuquerque, I was not expecting to find such a great hidden gem of this Vietnamese restaurant.
Có một phần gỏi cuốn thịt nướng.
I was born and raised in Vietnam, so this food is home to me.
It's home cooking that owner Win Win inherited when her Vietnamese-born parents made the journey to America. You were leaving Vietnam, your wife's pregnant.
I was the one that was born on the boat.
Ho, 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 ho.
So on the birth certificate and my citizenship, it says country of birth is international waters.
Seriously?
Yes.
Would we call this a Vietnamese restaurant?
Absolutely. This is a Vietnamese, like, casual fast food, but the flavor is authentic. I have a Dac Biet sandwich for table number 4.
The Banh Mi Dac Biet is layered with different types of pork. Very tasty. We keep coming back for it over and over.
Dac Biet, what does it mean?
Special. We are going to start with the house-made bread. High-gluten flour, butter, oil, salt, dough conditioner, sugar,
And yeast.
ice water.
It will retard the yeast development, which allows you to make the bread, roll it out, and give it a longer shelf life
Exactly.
before it proofs.
Have time.
So you can get the flavor.
Yes.
Ta-da!
So now we're going to make the Vietnamese ham.
We're doing more of a pressed ham, like
It's
a
like
sausage.
a bologna. It's pork cushion, actually.
Pork cushion.
And then boneless, skinless chicken breast.
This is just like everyday equipment that you have here at this random Vietnamese bakery. No, this thing right here is what you find in meat processing.
Tapioca starch,
Little binder.
glutinous rice flour, baking powder, white pepper, salt, MSG, vegetable seasoning,
Crank it up.
oil, ice water, sugar water, like a simple syrup. Now we're gonna whip it.
Then freeze it. Then it goes to the emulsifier.
Yes.
That's where you really get that creaminess, whereas when she said it was gonna break down to like bologna. Nothing I love more than meat ice cream. Put this into the mold.
And we're gonna steam it. An hour and 15 minutes. Now we're gonna make the pate.
Of course we are, because we're gonna make everything here. I'm probably gonna go mill some paper to make the bags.
Pork liver.
Great, my favorite.
Pork fat. Pork butt. White onions. Fresh garlic. Breadcrumbs from our bread. Glutinous rice flour. As a binder. Garlic powder. Black pepper. Baking powder. Salt. 5 spice powder. A little bit of sugar. Onion oil. All right.
Puree this.
To the mold.
Steam for?
In an hour, 15 minutes.
That's how big the sandwich is?
They're about foot long. House-made garlic mayo. And then the pate that we just made. Pork belly, the head ham.
We call it head cheese.
Jambon, like a garlic ham. And then the Vietnamese ham that we just made.
Right.
Soy sauce, pickled carrots and daikon, cucumber, some jalapenos, cilantro.
That makes banh mi's look boring.
That's why it's called Dac Biet, because it's so special. Did you hear that crunch?
My mouth is on it.
Bon appetit.
Amazing. This is probably one of the most remarkable sandwiches I've had a chance to try. This is a trophy of success for all your hard work. Oh my goodness, outstanding.
Thank you.
Banh Mi Dac Biet for you.
The whole sandwich is really fresh and tasty.
It has the vegetables, has the butter on the baguette, and they bake the baguettes here, so it's better than pretty much any sandwich you can get.
Now, at Triple D, I think I've seen them all. I've seen the delicatessens, I've seen the diners, I've seen the sandwich shops, I've seen the corner stores, you name it. But I'm here in Richmond, Virginia, where this couple has resurrected an institution. They've brought it back using their own little funky style. This is Pearlie's Restaurant and Delicatessen.
Walking in, beef knish.
There's nothing I've ever tasted or been to that's like Pearlie's.
The pearl steam for you.
This is nothing like your regular delicatessen or diner.
That's because Rochelle and Kevin Roberts are mixing his master cooking with the food her bubby used to make.
I'm Jewish, and there was nowhere to get this food.
Where'd you get all the recipes?
Family recipes that have been tweaked, collaborations between the two of us.
They have a lot of items on their menus you're not going to find in other places. For instance, the potato and duck pierogies.
Potato and duck pierogies.
You ever had pierogies before?
These pierogies are better than any other pierogies that you can find. Creamy, hearty, moist.
All of a sudden, he's taking over the show. He's starting to give the whole description and everything. I just asked him if he'd had pierogies before. How are we starting this thing off?
We're gonna make some pierogi dough.
Okay.
Eggs, sour cream.
It's the way I always make my pierogi dough.
Water and salt. AP flour.
How long are we gonna let this mix up?
For a few minutes, and then we wrap it up and let it rest in the refrigerator. All right, so now we're gonna make the cure for the duck legs.
Okay.
White sugar, brown sugar, sumac, and some kosher salt.
So breakfast and lunch?
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
And you're taking all the time to make confit duck legs?
Why not?
Does she let you go home? I mean, do you just stay here?
She likes it when I'm home, actually, yes.
You didn't have to say it in a sultry voice like that.
Crushed juniper berry, raw garlic, fresh thyme, the duck legs on top of this, and then we'll reverse the order.
And we do it again?
Yep. The garlic, and then the juniper.
How many days are on your calendar?
Just the 7.
How many hours?
60.
60 hours a day? That's what I figured you were working.
Refrigerated overnight, and then we'll cook them in the schmaltz.
The almighty schmaltz.
2 to 3 hours.
What are we on to now?
Now we're gonna make a roast tomato ketchup, which is gonna go into the sauce for the final dish.
Going to the sauce.
Roma tomatoes, chopped garlic, dried oregano, some dried basil.
Salt and pepper. And roast these off what temp?
350-degree oven for about an hour. Put it in a container with tomato paste and puree it until smooth.
Okay, chef.
Now we're gonna make the filling for the pierogies. Boiled potatoes, green onions, some of the duck leg confit, mixed peppercorn blend, kosher salt. Mash it around. We're gonna add a little bit of that reserved duck fat.
So this whole process is by hand, and then we haven't even got into the rolling out of the dough.
That is correct.
Oh my goodness. And you don't have a sheeter?
I do not have a sheeter.
I'm gonna get you one for your birthday. When's your birthday?
My birthday was Monday.
Oh, I missed it, sorry. Maybe at least a bigger rolling pin, huh? That come with an easy bake oven?
We'll cut our dough, brush it with a little slurry of cornstarch and water.
Slurry up.
Pierogi filling.
How are we cooking these from here?
They go into a boiling pot of water.
All of this activity going for one item on the menu?
That is correct.
You're a busy man.
So we're gonna start with duck fat, pierogies, shiitake button mushrooms.
The ketchup that we made?
I like to char the ketchup.
Oh, me too, always.
Cooked mirepoix. Duck stock, cover and let it reduce.
What do we do now?
Wait.
Okay, good talk.
All right.
Voila.
And we top it off with a little chive sour cream.
I don't know that the word pierogi describes this. It's like calling my Camaro a car. That's a vintage hot rod. Yeah. Great duck. The duck jus reduction with the pierogi soaks up. The vegetables, the mushrooms, a little kiss of that roasted tomato sauce. This is like I've been going to all the movies in black and white. And then today I went to IMAX. Dynamite.
Thank you.
Well, now I'm in Reno, Nevada, and I find out these dudes have got a second location. I gotta check it out. This is Full Belly Deli. We're talking about scratch-made sandwiches, funky creations.
Nacho Pollo Loco in the window.
The Nacho Pollo Loco sandwich is ridiculous. The chicken itself is breaded with the nacho cheese chips.
You don't find this anywhere else.
It's really delicious.
Now we're gonna get into a chicken sandwich that's coated in nacho cheese chips. This is the kind of stuff that we used to make up when we were in college. When you would have the leftover potato chips that were the crumbles at the bottom, I would always incorporate those.
First, we're gonna season the egg wash here. We've got some hot sauce, kosher salt, fresh cracked pepper. Throw a quick whisk on that. All natural chicken breast. A little dredge there for the flour. Into our seasoned egg wash. Then we're gonna pack those chips on there.
You wanna get that crunch and you wanna get that flavor.
We don't fry them, we bake them. It's healthy.
See?
Come on.
Just when you think they weren't gonna let you be healthy at the Full Belly Deli, they go ahead and bake the chicken.
We bake the chicken.
Next up?
The Southwest sauce. We're gonna add our chipotles and adobo, fresh cilantro.
Need a little heat in that.
Mayonnaise, sour cream. Then we're gonna add the chipotle and cilantro mixture.
I just got a huge waft of that smoky, dried chipotle. Very interesting. I'll hold this, Your Honor.
Okay. Horseradish, lemon juice, salt, pepper. Finish it off.
Okay.
Pickles are next.
Got it. This is an immersion circulator?
Yes.
Well, isn't that just the cutest little thing? We have a fountain like that in our room. I could also be brining my pickles.
We've got white vinegar here, sugar, salt, and that'll be our brining liquid. We're gonna go whole yellow mustard seed, toasted caraway seed here, peppercorns.
Tricolor?
Yep. Whole garlic, bay leaf, and arbol chili, fresh dill. Then we're gonna add our pickling cucumbers.
Okay.
Then we have our brine.
How long are we gonna go sous vide?
2.5 hours.
Really?
140.
Could you use some really good sous vide terminology?
Let's go 39.9.
There you go.
For 2 hours and 41 minutes. And
they'll be done.
Then we let them sit overnight.
Look at this. Can I just come in and buy this?
Yes, you can.
Good, I'll take this. So jalapenos and a bunch of cheddar.
Toast it up. We've got our Southwest sauce, romaine lettuce and heirloom tomatoes, pickle.
I like where we're going.
Nacho crusted chicken breast. Fold it over.
Dude. Bread is dynamite. It's got good texture, good chew, but not heavy. I love the cheese and the jalapenos on the outside. And the chicken breast, it's got a really good crunch. I mean, I heard it when you hit it with the knife. Awesome smokiness out of the Southwest sauce. But the kicker that refreshes it is that pickle. And that pickle sings.
Singing pickles. Nacho pollo and jalapeno coming in.
The chicken is real juicy, real tender, but the chips add like a perfect crunch.
The pickles are amazing. Nothing like any pickles I've ever had.
The jalapeno cheddar bread is definitely the way to go. Spicy, but cheesy.
If you're looking for a great sandwich, I would say this is the best place to come.
And you're gonna leave with a full belly.
You know, I love being from California. We got some of the best of the best. But what I wish we had more of is old school Italian delis like this, where they're scratch making their own desserts. They got a deli case full of everything. We're talking about prepared meals. We're talking fresh pasta, homemade sausage. I mean, you name it, they got it. So the next time you find yourself in Robbinsville, New Jersey, you got to check out Dolce and Clemente's. Hey! Right on.
Stuffed roast pork's ready. Come get it.
Just an awesome place.
Who's next?
Authentic Italian. There's nothing here that isn't.
So you got the ricotta there for the sauce?
More than 100 fresh, home-cooked items every single day.
Locatelli.
Which are Italian specialties owner Joe Clementi has learned over a lifetime.
I started when I was 9 in my family's business.
That was Clementi's Italian Market in Brooklyn, not far from the butcher shop that Joe's father-in-law, Frank Dolce, grew up in. Dolce Meats.
Dolce Meats. Started at 8 years old.
And after Joe spent time as a New York City cop, he and Frank joined forces to open up this mother of a market deli and restaurant. What did the family think of this idea?
First, terrible.
Nobody was excited about this? But it's a perfect combo.
Yes.
You get everything from sauces to salads.
And homemade Italian breads that are just delicious.
I'll take one prosciutto bread, please. Stuffed prosciutto bread, my most favorite thing that Dolce and Clemente serves.
Filled with all different varieties of meat.
Stuffed prosciutto bread. Hit it.
First, we're gonna put it in the prosciutto.
So quiet.
Next, we'll put the ham in, mortadella.
Ground up mortadella. That should have been my middle name.
Next, we're gonna put the supersada in.
Where'd this recipe come from?
My grandfather. Pepperoni. During the holidays, we'll sell between 15 and 20,000 of these Christmas week.
I'm sorry, 15 to what?
20,000.
Of this?
Of these.
And you break them all here?
All here. I put the provolone last so it can grab all the meat that's left inside there.
I dig it.
I'm gonna put the crushed black pepper in.
I would like a snow cone of that, please. Just for science. That's so good. Don't touch that.
We're gonna make the dough now, so we're gonna dump the water in the mixing bowl. Yeast.
Salt and sugar together.
Next is the oil.
Type of flour we're working with?
High gluten.
Like a pizza dough flour.
Like a pizza dough flour,
Okay.
yep.
On the mixer, how long?
About 10, 12 minutes. Then we portion it, then we let it rest overnight.
Okay.
This is how we've been doing it for years in my family. Push it down on one side, you flip it over, you make sure you got enough on the other side, and you pick it up and fold it over from the outside, and start kneading it forward. You just roll it.
That's the official football of Flavortown. I gotta see that again. Set some music to it for me. Maybe Italian opera. Then we bake it off. What temp?
350, 38 minutes.
Not 37?
38, exactly.
Too pretty to cut.
No, you gotta cut one and try it.
All right.
All right.
Stromboli gone wild.
You take some olive oil, extra virgin, some locatelli.
I'm setting these out for Christmas.
Just a little parsley to dress it up. So here you go.
It's too pretty to eat. No, it's not. That is ridiculous. When you cook these Italian meats and you let all the fat cook into the dough, you just get all the flavor. The depth of flavor in this is massive. The key, though, is how you cook the meat on the outside of the bread.
Gives it that crunch.
Out of bounds. Seriously, out of bounds.
Thank you.
Oh, you want this for sure. Trust me. One more bite just for you.